What is going on, guys? Lawson here, and got my buddy Zeke behind the camera with me today, but he's not going to be behind the camera too much, hopefully not. Today we are out here seeing if we can get on some redfish. We have some nice little spinning rods and some live shrimp and some light fluoro here. So if you watched my last video I posted, I was out here the other day fly fishing and actually saw a good amount of redfish, caught a sheepshead on the fly. It was a very good day, but I didn't hook up with any redfish, so I decided to come back out here with live shrimp, which is just like one of the easiest and, in my opinion, most successful ways to catch fish like redfish and different types of drum. They love live shrimp, they love crabs. So we have all the tools with us today, and we're gonna see if we can get on some redfish. That's the game plan. Up on the cooler right now. To say today is a little windy would be the biggest understatement in the world. It is howling right now, but the tide's right, sun's right, we got the right bait. Hopefully we can catch some fish. If this wind would just lay down even a tiny bit, we would be like in the juice. We're gonna get on something in here, I'm feeling it. It is already 5 million times nicer just being in this little pocket. So all we're doing here, we have our live shrimp on a little jig, and we're just pitching it along the mangrove lines, getting it up in there, you know, letting it sit in a hole for, you know, 10-15 seconds, slowly kind of bump it out, and if nothing's going on, just pitch it right into the next hole. On, Zeke's on, small snook, nice. Finally busting open the door here for us.
Pretty little snook.
He's like a perfect looking little snook.
Absolutely. Oh well.
It ain't glorious, it ain't big, but it's got us kicked off here finally with a fish.
Yep, it's a fish.
Cut ya?
Little gill plate slice.
Perfect. See, Zeke just did two great things for us. Got the first fish out of the way and got first blood out of the way. Those two things being said, we're gonna start catching fish now. There's a fish. What do we got here? Oh, you slime. I had a pretty good feeling that's exactly what it was by the way it was fighting. Slime dog. Oh gosh. No, stop. There's no fish. One, that is slimier than these stupid things. Two, that are more frustrating to unhook. So if you're not aware, saltwater catfish, I mean freshwater do too, but saltwater ones are terrible. They have very sharp pectoral and dorsal fins here, and I know from experience I've probably been stuck by, I would say, close to 10 catfish, and it's not like it's like a razor blade that's going to shoot into you, but they're sharp, and if they go in, they're barbed and they hurt like a mama coming out the other end. And so the best way to really unhook them is a lot of people will just literally get pliers and just shake them violently until they come off, but that's also a great way to get hit by one when they shakes the wrong direction and lands right into the top of your foot. This guy, we can really just lip him. Great catch, hardhead catfish, just great. There's fish. I don't know what we got. It might be okay. It also might be another catfish. What do we got? It's fighting decent, but I don't know what it is. Sheepshead? Yeah. Nice. The old convict. Beautiful. I will take a sheepshead gladly any day. We got a manatee swimming up next to the boat too. Dude, this thing is freaking fighting like a tank. Dude, I'm always taken back about how hard these things fight. He's also a big one, to be fair.
That's a pretty big sheepshead.
Buddy's giving me a hard time here.
Oh, perfect.
What a look at that. That is crazy.
Right in the lip. Oh, that's brutal.
is a pretty decent sheepshead right there. Very welcome on a day like today. That is not a fishing friendly day. It is a boater friendly day, but not fishing. What a guy. I love these stupid fish, man. They are great. They have one of the gnarliest mouths ever. Look at that thing. Looks like a donkey mouth. Beautiful. We'll release him. Just flip him in right here. Off he goes. That is a very welcome addition to our little baby snook and stanky catfish. Finally, a decent fish in my opinion. Things are looking up already. Crap, there's a fish. I think this might just be, oh, little snook. Nice, he's not too big. You don't even gotta grab the camera for this thing. He ate that the second it landed. What a little shrimp puff. Hey, no, he ain't bigger than yours. He's smaller than yours.
No, mine was tiny.
Dude, look how little this thing is.
No, that's like maybe 2 inches bigger.
No, it's not. Little baby line sider. All right, you get out of here. Things are looking up. It's so funny. I just said to Zeke too about maybe 20 minutes ago, I said in about 30 minutes, I bet the bite's gonna start picking up. And it seems to be. I'm not sure what has changed other than, ooh, I just got hit right there. There's a fish. Another squeaker snook. That's all right. I'd rather be catching these than nothing at all. We are just, that'll put us to 3 little munchkin snook here. I was just about to say, okay, now this one's the smallest one by far. What a handsome little feller. He's about to spike me, so I just sent him on his way. Something that's pretty special about fishing with live shrimp that not many other baits you really get is that it's possible that you can catch, like today we just been kind of flopping around and some little 15-inch snook, caught a nice sheepshead, catfish, but with live shrimp more so than any other bait, there's the possibility that you might hook a 40-inch snook, you might hook a big redfish or a big black drum. You have a really high chance of catching a lot of little fish, but there's also that huge like risk reward that you might hook a toad throwing live shrimp, and especially this time of year during winter when the shrimp are bigger and the water's colder. So when the water gets colder, snook and redfish and everything, really, their metabolism actually slows down when it's colder and they have trouble digesting bigger baits, and so a lot of times they're looking for a bunch of small easy meals like shrimp, and so there's not a better time to come out here and throw shrimp. All right, we're doing something a little different right here to close out the day. Doing like almost a little deep water jigging. We're around a deep hole. I'm throwing a jig right here. Zeke's throwing a live shrimp. The wind has not let up at all, but that's life, I suppose. There's the fish. What do we got here? A little mutton snapper. That's cool. Obviously a little fish, but this is a little mutton snapper right here, and they are one of the prettiest fish in the ocean, and they're pretty cool. The juveniles, you can catch them inshore. Now, the biggest I've ever caught inshore is probably only like 15 inches or so, but that's not to say that you couldn't catch a big one. I've been diving before and I've seen 10-pounders swimming around inshore, so you never know what's gonna happen, but it's pretty cool just kind of switching things up at the end of the day here. And we're just throwing, this is called goofy jigs or whatever you want to call them. They're actually meant for pompano really, but they work really well. They sink fast, and we're just around a deep hole, bouncing them up off the bottom and getting whacked. I think this could be a fun thing to do one day for our entire video, just like inshore jigging and seeing what you can catch. That thing demolished it. What the hell? I guarantee it's another snapper, a little grouper, but holy hell. Oh, what the heck? Really cool. I mean, I might have to come out one day and do an entire video of this little inshore jigging right there. That was, I believe, a yellow jack, or it could have been a bar jack, but I think it was a yellow jack. Really cool. I've only ever caught one of those in the Bahamas, I believe. It is very interesting to see what you're going to pull up from a little bit deeper water inshore that you don't normally ever fish. There's a fish. That's little. Another little mutton. This is a lane snapper, actually. I mean, we're catching some incredibly beautiful fish doing this. You have like a scale on there or something? Tank. Oh! What the heck? Dude, there's like sometimes like this is, it feels better, it feels heavier. It's not obviously anything big, but gosh, when they first whack it, it's like they're trying to rip the rod out. I think it's another one of those yellow jack. Oh, that would be why I hooked him in the butt. All right, we is done for the day. It was honestly a very challenging day. When I was on my way to the ramp this afternoon or this morning, I really was like super excited. I thought it was gonna be like a perfect day, and when we got on the water, the wind was fired up. And I'm thankful that we stopped and got live shrimp, because today was one of those days where if we didn't have live shrimp, I think we still would have caught fish, but it wouldn't have been nearly as successful as it was. It wasn't a day of lighting the world on fire, but we got to catch some fish and had a really good time. I will say, doing this little jigging that we closed the day out on was extremely fun, and I would like to come out and make a full day of that sometime soon and actually bring out a bunch of different jigs and see what type of crazy fish we could catch, because with 30 minutes of spent jigging, caught some of the most beautiful fish that live in shore and that you ever get to see. Like that yellow jack was so vibrant, mutton snappers, lane snappers, just really cool different species, and it's something really different that I never do. So it'd be very interesting to come out and try that one day. That's all I got for you guys. I appreciate you very much. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Make sure you leave a like, make sure you subscribe to the channel down below, hit that little bell. That is it. We are done. Till the next video. See you guys.